Lenovo Tab P11 Pro Review. In 2021, the tablet market is much the same as it has been for years now, stagnant. The iPad remains dominant as both the best-selling and best-known device family, while what space is left is contested hotly. Amazon, Samsung and Huawei are the main players here, each has a niche which it works to own, and here Lenovo enters to try its luck. The opening gambit it has chosen is the Tab P11 Pro, which is positioned as a direct competitor to Samsung in particular. With a 2K OLED screen, 4 stereo effect speakers and a large battery, it will certainly appeal to cinephiles, however it also has an ace up its sleeve. Perhaps playing to the business consumers who worship its venerable ThinkPad line of computers, the P11 Pro also comes supporting the Lenovo pen in a very smart-looking keyboard case with a kickstand. The OLED tech means that colors are punchy and blacks are infinite, however the screen is also nicely color accurate. It also gets bright enough for indoor usage, up to 500 nits, and is viewable outdoors in strong sunlight. With a high resolution, reading is particularly pleasant as there is no jagged text. For movies, reading and games, this is an excellent panel, the only improvement would be a higher refresh rate. The quad speakers put on a good showing too. They get plenty loud without distorting at high volumes, and make a decent go at stereo separation. Bass in particular is a highlight, though there is also detail in the mids and trebles, so these are particularly well suited to action movies. Audiophiles will be disappointed with the omission of a 3.5mm headphone jack, on a device which will primarily be used at home or in the office. The inability to use wired audio is an annoying inconvenience. The tablet is constructed from a sturdy-feeling aluminum, with a unibody design. There is no creak or flex, and it has a reassuring heft without feeling too weighty. But the software is a mess, or more accurately, Android on tablets is a problem. There is a critical lack of apps which recognize they are being used on a tablet, leading to scaling issues, stalls and crashes. There's also the matter of app availability. If your work is primarily done through the G Suite you'll be fine, but Android is still not widely compatible with a host of essential apps in various industries. A big win for the tablet though is battery life. On Wi-Fi, an LTE option is available. We were able to eke out over 10 hours of screen on time across several days of use. This is an excellent showing, and is complemented by the ability to fast charge and strong standby times. The Tab P11 Pro undercuts several rival models available from Samsung by offering a weaker processor, the Snapdragon 730G, which is paired with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage. The Lenovo Tab P11 Pro is clearly intended for two very specific use cases. The Lenovo is no plastic fantastic, it comes with a full aluminum unibody design and feels as though it could survive a tank, so overkill for the living room then. This is down to its second use case, as a mobile workstation. It has a preponderance of straight lines and sharp edges, straight out of an industrial design handbook. It will fit into any office or boardroom, and will look smart when on the go also. This is only complemented by the keyboard and kickstand case. Each of these are constructed of an artificial fiber weave which feels hard wearing and is easy to clean. The kickstand case is held in place with powerful magnets, while the keyboard connects with a set of pogo pins on the base. The keyboard itself is a typical Lenovo, which isn't to say that it has the quality of a ThinkPad, but that it has broad keycaps and decent key travel, certainly for this kind of effort and at this size point. The inclusion of a touchpad seems somewhat incongruous however, especially as the tablet runs Android. Its tiny footprint means it is tricky to use, and its presence removes the possibility of an extra row of keys. In all we could have easily worked from a combination of the touchscreen and the keyboard keys. Lenovo has also baked in Smart Pen functionality. The Lenovo Pen sports 4096 levels of pressure sensitivity and tracked our rudimentary doodles well. Though it may be good enough for doodling, there are some reservations as to whether it will be suitable for a digital artist, mostly due to the paucity of either quality or optimized apps of this sort available which work well on Android for tablets. A point which may rankle some is the absence of a 3.5mm headphone jack, as for a tablet intended to serve as a media companion it is an annoyance. Around the screen the bezels are pleasingly thin, though the included panel is large even for a tablet. Its footprint is small however, and so it feels elegant in the hand. This is complemented by the svelte nature of the device, 5.8mm thick, so it should easily fit into a bag. An interesting inclusion is a face scanner, which allows for secure face unlock logins from the lock screen. More often than not we found that this didn't work, and that the included fingerprint scanner/power button was a quicker and more secure choice. In all, the Lenovo Tab P11 Pro feels more than worth its price tag while simultaneously being tough enough to take a few bashes and keep on going. As with any device, a tablet lives and dies by the quality of its display, but the question of use case is arguably more important than the objective quality of the panel. This is certainly a display capable of hanging with the best from any metric. It is bright, sharp at 1600 by 2560, contrasty and color accurate. For movie watching, it is therefore a dream. HDR compliant content is treated well by the Infinite AMOLED blacks, where it is available. No matter the kind of content, whether action, documentary or otherwise, this is the kind of screen that makes the viewing experience come alive, to a degree. From a work perspective, the picture remains positive. Though this will not get accurate enough for serious photo editing, colors are pleasingly true while also having a little of the trademark AMOLED pop. The screen ratio of 16:10 is great for video content, however is a little less ideal for document work. Though the lack of any winter sun presented few opportunities to test this device in strong sunlight, it fared well outdoors. When it is possible to travel once again, it will likely be usable in a whole range of differing environments. The Lenovo Tab P11 Pro sports 4 snappers, 2 on the rear and 2 selfie cameras. Detail, dynamic range, contrast, saturation, all the accoutrements of a nice photo are generally missing. The cameras here are for snapping a quick shot of a whiteboard or for document scanning, nothing more. This will not replace a dedicated camera on holiday. The included Snapdragon 730G is perfectly capable of powering most experiences without a hitch, but quickly works up a sweat when a little more is asked of it. With a single-core score of 527 and a multi-core score of 1614 on Geekbench 5, performance is very roughly analogous to the flagship Snapdragon 845 from 2018. The included 6GB of RAM is enough to keep a few apps in memory without an issue, and the 128GB of storage should last most users at least a few years. An issue when it comes to gaming is the 2K screen. More power-hungry titles, such as PUBG, did not have a fun time trying to run at a reasonable frame rate while also pushing full resolution. For light work, the P11 Pro is more than adequate. It is a good writing companion in particular. It will work for spreadsheets in a pinch, and the G Suite of apps is well suited to collaborative work. More specialist or demanding users will be better suited by a laptop, even at the same price point. For the kind of tasks one might traditionally expect of the tablet form factor, the Lenovo Tab P11 Pro is more than capable. A nice addition too is the inclusion of a relatively fast charger in the box. Charging an 8,600 mAh battery is a considerable undertaking, so this kind of charger is almost compulsory. How it will fare on the go with LTE Active is impossible to see at the moment, however, color us impressed. Having this kind of longevity on tap is a considerable convenience for every kind of consumer.